guys, today's notes is on section 8.6 titled Factoring Trinomials when a is equal to 1. Trinomials are polynomials with 3 terms, and remember, factoring is writing a polynomial or an expression as a multiplication problem. So the 3 terms that we're going to see specifically, or the polynomials, are going to be in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. For this lesson, the a value, or our leading coefficient, is going to be 1, where each of the trinomials will start with an x squared term. In order to factor these, we're going to find the product of c, which is the term without a variable, and the sum of b, which is the coefficient for the term with the x value. So in our first problem here, I list the 3 steps in finding the factors, in which step 1 is to find c and b, or the coefficients. C, as you can look at the top, is the coefficient without a variable. In this case, c is 8, and b is the coefficient with the term with the x. So in that case, that would be 6. We're going to make a table because we want to find 2 numbers that have a product of c and a sum of b. So in this case, we want to find 2 numbers that multiply to get 8. So let's first, in the first column, find factors of 8, or 2 numbers that multiply to get 8. I know that would be 8 times 1 is 8, and 4 times 2 is 8. Over on the right-hand side, I am going to add those numbers, the sum of the 2 factors. 8 plus 1 is 9, 4 plus 2 is 6. The pair of numbers that we want to use have a sum of b, which in this problem is 6. Therefore, for our answers, we're going to use the pair of numbers 4 and 2. Since 4 times 2 is the c value, which is 8, and 4 plus 2 is the b value, which is 6. For each of these trinomials, their factors will be binomials. It's going to be 2 terms times 2 terms, and the values that we found in our table above are the numbers that are going to go in those binomials. So the first factor we're going to have is in the form x plus 4 times x plus 2. Our answer is a multiplication problem when we are factoring. What we're saying is that x plus 4 times x plus 2 is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8, or the original trinomial we have above. Over on the right-hand side, we are going to check our answer. We're going to multiply x plus 4 times x plus 2 to make sure that when we do multiply them, their product is our original expression, x squared plus 6x plus 8. How do we multiply binomials? We're going to FOIL, or double distribute. I'm first going to distribute the x times the second binomial. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. And then we'll distribute the 4, in which we'll get the terms 4x plus 8. Combining the like terms in the middle, our resulting product will be x squared plus 6x plus 8, which is exactly what we started out with. Therefore, our answer is correct. X plus 4 times x plus 2 is our trinomial x squared plus 6x plus 8. Let's try a couple more of these problems in which we're going to continue to follow the steps in problem number 1. In problem number 2, our c value is 15 and our b value is 8. We're going to, first column in our chart, find factors of 15, or numbers that multiply to get 15, like 1 times 15 and 5 times 3. On the right-hand column, we're then going to add those numbers. 1 plus 15 is 16, 5 plus 3 is 8. The pair that we want to use for our answer is the pair that multiplies to get 15 and adds to get 8. That pair of numbers is 5 and 3. Therefore, the factors for our trinomial, or the two expressions that will be multiplied together to get x squared plus 8x plus 15, is x plus 5 times x plus 3. Again, on the right-hand side, let's check to see if this is true. What we're saying is that the binomial x plus 5 times the binomial x plus 3 would equal the trinomial that we started with. Just as above, let's go ahead and multiply these two binomials, getting the terms x squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 15. Combining the like terms in the middle gives us x squared plus 8x plus 15. Since this is the original trinomial we started out with, we know our answer is correct. The factored form of the trinomial are x plus 5 times x plus 3, where if we were to find the product, we get our x squared plus 8x plus 15. Let's move on to problem number 3, in which we have a different c and b value. C for problem number 3 is 30, and the b is 13. We want to find two numbers that multiply to get 30 and add to get 13. So let's first find the factors of 30. I know 1 times 30 is 30, 2 times 15 is 30, 5 times 6 is 30, and also 3 times 10. Let's go ahead and add these numbers up. Find the sum of the factors. 1 plus 30 is 31, 2 plus 15 is 17, 5 plus 6 is 11, 3 plus 10 is 13. Which of these pairs have a product of C, which is 30, and add to get B, which is 13? That would be the pair 3 and 10. Therefore, the factors for our trinomial x squared plus 13x plus 30 would be x plus 3 times x plus 10. Over on the right, let's check to see if this is correct. Factors are expressions being multiplied together in order to get a product. We want the product, or the answer to this multiplication problem, to be the original trinomial. So we're going to distribute out the x times the second binomial to get x squared plus 10x, and we'll distribute the 3 to get 3x plus 30. Combining our like terms in the middle results in x squared plus 13x plus 30, in which we now know our answer is correct, since after you multiply, we get our original expression. Our last problem on this page now has a negative value, which we're going to use the same exact procedure. First, identify C and B, where C is the term without a variable, in this case is 10, and B is the coefficient or term with the variable to the first power. In which in this case is -7. Let's first jot down factors of 10, or numbers that multiply to get the number 10, like 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. We're going to find the sum of these numbers. 1 and 10 is 11, 2 plus 5 is 7. Which of these pairs add to get -7, however? Neither of these seem to be -7. Therefore, we're going to have to change the signs of one of these pairs so that the two numbers multiply to get +10 and add to get -7. Since the pair 2 and 5 add to get 7, what we could do is make them both negative. -2 times -5 is +10, and when we add those together, we get the sum of -7. Our two factors will be x minus 2 times x minus 5. Over on the right, we're going to make sure that when we multiply x minus 2 times x minus 5, these are the correct factors and their product are our original trinomial. X times x is x squared, x times -5 is -5x, -2 times x is -2x, and -2 times -5 is +10. Combining our like terms in the middle, we get -7x. Since this is our trinomial that we started off with, we know that our answer is correct. X minus 2 and x minus 5 are factors for our trinomial above. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is try the next three problems on your own, number 5, 6, and 7, by first identifying what C and B are, finding the product or factors of the C value, and finding which ones add to the B value. I'm going to start you up with problem number 5, where C is -8 and B is -7. Once you get your answers for problem 5, 6, and 7, play the video back to check. Here are your answers for problem 5, 6, and 7, in which problem 5 has a C value of -8 and a B value of -7. On the left side of the chart, we found product or two numbers that multiply to get -8, and we're selecting the pair that adds to be -7, which happens to be -8 and 1. Therefore, our factors are x minus 8 and x plus 1. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see that when we multiply those, we'll arrive at our trinomial x squared minus 7x minus 8. Problem number 6, our C value is 1, and our B value is -2. We're listing numbers that multiply to get +1. Although 1 times 1 is 1, that adds to +2. Since we wanted two numbers that multiply to 1 and add to -2, that pair would be -1 and -1. -1 times -1 is +1, and when we add those values together, we get -2, resulting in our factors x minus 1 times x minus 1. Over on the right, you'll see the work for multiplying our factors and finding our product, which is the original trinomial. Last problem here, our C value is 49 and the B value is -14. We're finding two numbers that multiply to get 49 and add to get -14. Those two numbers would be -7 and -7, giving us our answer, the two factors, x minus 7 and x minus 7. Factors are expressions being multiplied together to get a product, in which in this problem we want to be x squared minus 14x plus 49. Over on the right, you'll see the work showing the multiplication of our factors, x minus 7 and x minus 7, resulting in the product, x squared minus 14x plus 49. Please let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.